Hey everybody, welcome to round 2 of Between the Bellz. My name is Adam Alexander, and with me is Mags Duarte.
I'm about to ruin everything right now.
Why? What's the matter?
This is definitely round 3.
Oh,
it's okay.
No, it's not. It's round 2. No,
How
it's
is it round 2?
It's episode 3, but it's round 2. The first episode was the weigh-in.
The first episode was a weigh-in, yeah.
Yeah, it was a weigh-in. It was no round.
Okay.
And we just, we introduced ourselves.
I'm the one that's looking like shit right now.
You're not looking like anything. I was scared because you know me.
Okay.
If I make a mistake now, if it was the other way around, I'd press record. I stop. We're starting over.
Yeah,
but you made the mistake, so it gets to get posted.
It's all good, man. That shows how much I would be paying attention. I totally forgot the first one was a weigh-in.
No, but it's logical. Like a lot of people probably just said the same thing a lot of our listeners just did. It's like, hey, what? Adam? Oh, man, we missed one. Or Adam's doing it again. Or we listen to the same one over and over. But no, you guys are in. This is the 3rd episode, and it's round 2. Now my OCD is kicking in. I'm like, so we're good. We just keep going.
Whatever,
just keep going.
Man, I don't care. You know me. I don't care.
I love that about Mags. It's like, let's just do it. What's up? So again, welcome to Between the Bellz, the podcast that's in your corner. Just want to tell you guys that I'm really thankful that you guys are listening to the podcast. You guys are appreciating the podcast. That's really that's a lot of gas for me to keep going on. I really like it. And the Between the Bellz, if you're new to the podcast, that's just my mantra of when it's time to work. I just tell myself, man, you're between the bells right now. Get out there, do the work. The first bell starts it, and then the second bell ends it, and then you can relax, and then you get between the bells again. It's just how I put my head down and work. I tell myself between the bells, and this podcast is how we help people work between the bells. We're boxing, and I always take that boxing and use it as a metaphor for life because me personally, my life got 100% better when I really started focusing on boxing because I was able to take what I learned in the gym and in the ring and apply it to my life. Mm-hmm. Hence between the bells. It's like when I'm between the bells and I'm sparring, I'm going to get hit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to hit. So it's like, but one thing I'm not going to do is be able to stop, be able to take a break, be able to do anything. No. So that's what Between the Bellz means to me. You guys want to tell me what Between the Bellz means to you? Shoot me an email at thepeacefuljedi@gmail.com. Okay?
Shameless plug.
It's not a shameless plug. It's an invite to participate.
Nah, it's good.
How's your week?
It was chill. What did I do? I always do that. I'm like, I don't know. I've tried to live, in the present, and I completely forget the shit that I did.
That is a weird thing about being in the present. When someone asks you, the further you get from yesterday, it's like it's a lost cause.
Focus on right now. Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm here right now. Like, I small talking people at the gym, and I didn't see somebody, and today was the first time I seen him this week. So I was like, "How's your weekend?" And she was like, "Wait, what? That was a week. Yesterday was Monday. Today's Tuesday." It's like, what are you? Why are you interrogating me?
By the way, there is a lump of flesh missing.
Oh yeah, we got a lump of flesh.
That's what James. I don't know if James listens to our shit, but he's one of the kickboxing coaches
he's like the kickboxing coach.
Yeah. He's actually he is the he is the kickboxing coach, and that's what he called his little baby before he was born. It's like,
a little lump of flesh.
Yeah.
I guess so. That you gotta look at it, but yeah, Coach Joe is in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. He's in Guadalajara right now with Javin Cholet. By the time that this comes out,
the fight would have happened.
It's too late
The fight would have happened.
You know what I'm saying? But we're looking towards a good result. So
yep.
Yeah.
Follow us on Team. Was it Mags Team Hits?
Yeah. Mags Team Hits.
And the Peaceful Jedi. We promote stuff so you guys won't miss stuff because you listen to an episode the day after, whatever. So we promote stuff on our in our stories and we make it happen. So so we got no coach today.
No coach today. Yeah.
I think does that make it like easier?
What?
With no coach today? It's like are we more relaxed?
No, it's just one less person's input, which is like to me it's not like a good or a bad thing necessarily. It's more like I like his insight. He's obviously kind of like
absolutely.
He's got wisdom and shit. So that's
I think that's what I mean by it's like a little bit more relaxed. Like I can be a little bit dumber today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I'm just here, bro.
So you have any May just started?
May just started, yeah. It's May 2nd. Actually, oh man, I don't even but I'm already here. I already said I started saying it. I'm like, I don't even know why the fuck I'm gonna say it, but my birthday's exactly 1 month from today.
Oh, so June 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
June 2nd.
I got, and I've been making a note to get all my friends' birthdays in my phone because I don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
And once I left Facebook, it was like
I don't know any. I know
it was like I'm not telling nobody's. You don't get anybody's birthdays anymore.
Yeah.
But when I was on Facebook, I got anybody who walked near me is like, hey, it's that person's birthday. But now it's like I'm in charge of finding out birthdays. So
man, I used to do that shit. Oh, hey, happy. Realistically, I don't give a shit. It's just another day.
How old are you? Be 29?
I'll be 34.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'll be 34.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget, dude. I'm like 33 or 34. I'm pretty sure it's 34.
I just turned 49. I'm still trying to understand that. Like
it's just another day, another year, man.
Next year I'll be 50. Like that's.
I guess.
That's it's like I'm not scared. I'm not like, oh my god, what's wrong with my life? Yeah. No, I'm just like, wow, like that's.
I made it.
I made it. I've been here 50. Like it's like that's a lot of ones next to each other. Like 50.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a significant amount of time in human world, I guess, human perspective, but
exactly.
In the scope of the Earth, it's just
it's gone. Yeah, all our timeline is zero. So one thing I wanted to do before we got started is I wanted to check. I forgot to point out some things about the Davis Garcia fight.
Oh, shit.
That I felt like, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring this up again. I did not like Garcia coming out to praise and worship music. That upset me. It made me root against him. Like that was the final. Like I didn't have a dog in the fight. But when he came out to that lame ass song, and I'm a Christian, okay. There are some Sundays where I'm singing praise and worship music. Some I only go to church on Communion Sunday, which is the first Sunday of every month. And so I gotta stand up, I gotta sing. Yeah. Okay, I get it. But if I'm at a fight and the fighter comes out to like that, I'm like, dude, you gonna fight this guy? You gonna baptize him? Like,
I'm sure he tripped a lot of fucking people. Imagine like all the people that are fucked up at that moment, and then they're like, hell yeah, I'm ready to get hype, and then they listen to that and they're like.
It's just like, how do you can't come out, like you can't come. I don't think Jesus would have come out to that. Like it's like I don't know,
man, but it seems like it hyped him up, so I guess that's what matters. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I was very put off, and I just don't like the religion on the sleeve thing. Like, and this is just me personally. When there was years ago, and I meant to look it up. But there was a fighter, and he's all tatted up. But apparently, he just gave his life to Christ. So he made a specific note that all my tattoos aren't really there anymore because I belong to Christ now. I was like, I hope somebody beats the shit out of him. Right? Just leave. Just leave God out of it for a minute, to an extent. You know what I mean?
I understand your perspective.
Yeah. And then, because then at the end, what did Garcia have to do when he took his loss? Hey, I just want to let everybody know I still love Jesus. Like, we get it. That has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, he's, and I'm kind of used to seeing it. I love watching fights. I love watching UFC, MMA. I'll say UFC. I won't say MMA because, that'd be a hypocrite thing to say because I only watch UFC. I only know about the UFC and...
I still think that they're the same. UFC, MMA. I still think that they're the same.
Well, it's synonymous because it's the biggest organization in MMA. So it's like if you think MMA, you think UFC automatically. But a lot of the fighters there are very religious too. So it's like I get kind of and I guess that's to a certain extent maybe it's a conduit for them. You know what I mean?
And there's a line. There's a line. I want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank God for, putting me in this place. I appreciate that. I'm on the same team as him.
Yeah.
But,
team
it's like...
Jesus.
No, I'm on Team God.
Oh,
okay?
right.
But when it's like, yeah, Jesus, then you're speaking to a particular audience that I'm not really a fan of.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you start talking to other Jesus freaks.
But.
Yep. Yeah, see?
I'm going to hit you with the freedom of religion and freedom of speech.
I don't work for the government. Freedom of religion doesn't, and freedom of speech don't apply to me. I mean, people can say whatever they want. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't be a happy Christian.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when I hear that, and we have a history, we can put them in a category.
Yeah.
We can put them in a category that says, oh, okay, he's speaking to that group. And most of the people he's speaking to would deport him a second. It's like okay, wait, no, this is not that podcast. My bad. I'm just
That's funny, man. Oh, but you know what? What I did notice, and I'm pretty sure I texted this to you afterwards, is one thing that I noticed during the fight.
Yep.
And I was like, whatever, maybe it's nothing, and it was like an afterthought. But during the fight, I noticed usually fighters fighting at that level, that high level, you'll notice that they all like color coordinate their outfits. Their outfits are like, I'm talking like designer, your Dolce & Gabbana, whatever, right? Everything matches. I noticed that he was not matching at all, bro. Which was weird because that kid always matches every time he's fucking fighting. And I was like, why is he wearing the raggedy ass shoes? and because you could tell, because he was wearing all kinds of different shit. I'm like, this is odd. Like, he usually is like completely from head to toe color coordinated and everything. And I was like, those look like the fucking shoes that he wore for the Campbell fight. And then my mind automatically went to, I hope he didn't have some sort of fucking superstition that because he beat Campbell. He was, you know what I'm saying?
I never thought. You think are boxers superstitious? I'm from a baseball world.
Yeah, there's a lot of ritual and superstition in baseball. Yeah,
that's
it's
all
notorious.
that there is almost.
Yeah.
Now, what about boxing? Is there a
for
superstitious
boxing,
culture?
I think for as far as I know, in fighting in general, I've heard of MMA guys, and it wouldn't surprise me in anywhere else. They're jockstrap. It's like a certain jockstrap. I remember I read Ronda Rousey's fucking book, and she said that she had a certain pair of boots, like a fucking certain pair of boots that she had to like walk out in and shit. So, do I know of any boxers that do that? No, but would it surprise me? Absolutely not. We're talking about competition, high level competition, and some of these athletes, it wouldn't surprise me at all to hear that they do certain things because they think that it's going to help them fucking win, and because they did this last time, this means that this time it should fucking work, or it has to work.
And the reason, like, okay, now going to the baseball mind of why they do that, then I'm going to get back to the whether or not our boy coordinated. The baseball mind wants to keep everything the same.
Yeah.
So if I have a day and I bat 4 for 4. Yeah. Okay. My brain is gonna say, what did I do up until what everything I did today is what led me to that 4 for 4. So I'm gonna do it until I had one game. I was playing adult league. I was like in my mid-30s, and I just had the worst game ever. I changed everything. I was like, sometimes it's worse than the musician who blames the instrument. It really is.
That's why you gotta take accountability, man.
Like, you do. You're like, I'm doing my best, but these pants, they're too tight. Fun story. Chris Sale, Boston Red Sox. Hope to God he gets better at being a pitcher. But when he was on the White Sox, they were like, we're wearing this retro jersey to play in today, and he didn't want to. He was like, I don't like that jersey. I'm not playing in it. They were like, come on, you know your role. You're playing in this jersey. He's like, okay. And then the team went out to take batting practice. He stayed back and cut up everybody's jersey with a pair of scissors. He didn't leave anything behind. And then the Red Sox bought him, knowing he's a maniac. Now going back to Ryan's coordination. Yeah, I missed it because freaking Davis was all in Joker colors.
Yeah. He has actually. I like his creativity, and it's a form of expression. Fashion is, you know what I'm saying?
Always.
So, he actually, his fighting outfits. I won't outside of fighting. I don't know, but like when he's in the ring, him and Caleb Plant, I'll say, are probably the most creative guys, because most of them are flashy, man. But creativity, like I'd give it to Caleb Plant and Tank Davis for sure. They have some cool outfits.
I love watching the walkouts. I love the outfits, and I did feel a little bit let down by Ryan's. Like he
normally. I'm telling you, I was like, and I noticed it right away.
Like I think his walkout outfit was just like this kind of black velour thing.
It was it was like sequins, but as far as I know, that's like a designer brand or some shit like that. So it doesn't surprise me. It's fucking sequins.
Like who? Fugachumi. Oh no, it wasn't him. It was the Russian dude in that on that card. He came out in a sombrero. Confused everybody.
Thought he was Russian.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that guy's Russian. He's like, yeah, I got a sombrero though.
That's so.
All right. Now, so one thing I wanted to talk about this week, because it's been a point made on the past 2 episodes where you or Coach, I never say this because I know it. I know this is a mentality that exists. I just don't like cooperating with it.
What's that?
It's the mentality that words have different meanings, or it depends on who you ask, or case by case. I'm like I can be a real rigid person mentally, because I need things to mean something, and I need that understanding in order to proceed.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's like it's why I do so great with the ladies. So
we went another way right now. Okay.
But so like before we get into our topic,
okay,
let's just establish that. How do words mean different things?
Well, it's not that words mean different things per se. It depends on the person's perspective of the word, their meaning of the word, their belief of the word, right? And the behavior that they associate with that word. So, for instance, I think perhaps it would help you understand that not everybody's brought up the same way, and therefore certain words are not going to have the same meaning or that it has to you than it would to them, right?
Okay. That right there really kind of that sealed it for me. I'm like, okay, yeah, my definitions to a lot of words and the rigidity are due to my upbringing,
right?
You know.
So, for instance, I don't mean to cut you off, but what do you think? What does success mean to you? This is one that you kind of, as like from a sports psychology perspective, this is what you would want to know, because not every athlete, but all athletes have their meaning of what success is. Some of them might be similar to others, but it's possible that not all of them will be the same. You know what I'm saying? So what is your meaning of success? What does success mean to you? What does success look like to you? You
just picked the word that is going to make me look like a hypocrite. Well, it only depends on what we're talking about.
So it's, and I'm not saying this is with every fucking word, man. But like, see, for some people don't like to hear the word fuck. They're like, fuck. I don't give it. Like, I'm gonna say it all the time, dude. Like, it's just a word, you know. But some people put a huge meaning behind the fact that that's a bad word. You should not be saying that.
No, I'm old enough where I can't say it, you know. Well, fuck was like right there with damn. You couldn't say any of those words. And then damn got let out into play. Yeah. And then shortly shit got out to play.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're just waiting for, you know, when everybody just gets to say it. Matter of fact, no, that's not an appropriate story. So but now back to your question of success.
Success, yeah. What does that
mean
to
me?
You?
Okay, now in life, success is, I equate that to freedom.
Okay.
The more free I am to participate in an area, the more successful I am in that area.
Okay.
You know, that's how I feel. In competition, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my body. Adam's full of shit. Everybody shut down. Now, in competition or in growth, success is relative to how close I come to hitting my goal or achieving my goal. So if I nail it, you know, if I set out to lose 10 pounds and I lose 10 pounds, I succeeded.
Okay.
If I set out to lose 10 pounds and I lose 8 pounds, I'm going to tell myself you failed. I'm going to be glad I lost 8 pounds, because it'd be worse if I only lost 2 pounds. That's a bigger failure. So it's a scale. So
for you, success is more so accomplishing the shit that you set out to do. The goals you set for yourself and actually accomplishing them. That's so. But what does success look like to you? Like, what is success? Like, for example, All right. Some people think of success in an athletic scope. Some people think of success as being the number one, right? And they're like, for example, being. And if I'm MVP, I will be successful. If I make $100,000, I will be successful. If I have 20,000 followers, I will be successful. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? So what? But like, what is that? What does success mean? And to a certain point, bro, that fucking question is so broad. But that is just to put it in perspective for you that word will have different meanings for different people.
I really didn't expect you to be able to answer the question, but you nailed it. Because it's like I understand. Of course, with upbringing, I had a very abusive, traumatic upbringing, and one of the things that brought on a lot of the abuse was my understanding of what people were talking about. And if I didn't understand, then I got yelled at. I got punished. And so I tried to become very, okay, he's saying that, this means this, that's that, so we're good. And then it would switch. I'm like, they can't switch. So I understand that. Now, going back, what you're saying about success meaning something different to everybody, this was a lesson I learned. I used to be a comic. I was a comic from 2012 to 2022. When I left, I saw a fighter just throw his, and I was watching a UFC fight, and a guy just, took off his gloves and dropped him in the ring. And they were like,
he was retiring.
That's how I left. I just I was like, I'm done. Yeah. Like, there was no, I just left.
Drop the mic?
Is
that what you do?
No, the drop the mic is a completely different thing. Oh. But I was just done with it. But I considered myself a failure. Yeah. Because I didn't have the accolades. I wasn't making Kevin Hart money. I wasn't, I just wasn't.
You're comparing yourself to other. You're comparing your success to other people's success or lack of success, right?
And then you and I had that moment where I downplayed my comedy career, and you checked me on speaking negative about myself, and I walked away with that, thinking over and over. And I looked at myself. I was like, dude, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, you did this. You were more successful than any other comic you knew at your level. Like, that's just that. And I had to change, but I changed my definition of success and based it on achievements and accomplishments, whereas I was basing it on accolades, followers, money. You can't base success on money. Yeah. Can you?
Most people do. You can. You absolutely can. Is it ideal? I wouldn't. Or healthy, or I think you know what I mean. I wouldn't. In my perspective, no.
Let money be a symptom of success.
Yeah. Let it be. Fuck, I can't think of the word right now, but I guess symptom is probably the closest that it gets right now. Fuck the word. It's weird. It's like it comes and then it goes. It comes and then it goes.
It's like right on the tip of your tongue.
It's like right there. But is it necessarily bad? I don't know. Like, again, some people would see it as bad and some people would see it as good.
Well, okay, now we talk about the hustle. I would think I kind of going to back off what I said. No, if hey, man, I got to get out there and hustle up this bill. You go out there and hustle up that bill, you just succeeded. But what we're saying is don't make that your life habit. Don't chase it. Don't constantly be chasing the dollar, chasing money. Find that thing. There's a Japanese thing, and I'm mad at myself for not knowing in my head, where it's like the perfect life is like you do what you love and you get paid for it, and it's like a very fulfilling thing.
Yeah, ikigai.
Ikigai. Yes. And so
it's like finding your life's purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're doing what you fucking love, so money is a side effect.
Yes, exactly. Side effect. Okay,
got it, dude. It came to me. I let it go and it came.
And I think that's where we want to be in life, like pursuing that inner smile and trusting that money will be there. That, like, I'm not going to worry about that because that's it's only temporary. You're going to give it away as soon as you get it. Yeah. So, but what is that fulfilling thing? That thing that no matter what, you're gonna be happy with. So, and to me, that's where success is.
That's success.
That's success.
There you go. See.
So
that and exactly, man. That's what it is, and I think a lot of the times we get fixated. Back to what you mentioned earlier about your comic careers, is sometimes we get fixated on the shit that we don't have, and you forget what you do have. You know what I'm saying? I think one thing that perhaps you didn't take into consideration, and I don't mean to compare. You know, I don't. Nothing really good comes out of that. There is a certain level of
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Completely different the fucking subject, but there's a lot of people who think about doing stand-up comedy and they never have the balls to do it. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you were up there, you did it for 10 years.
Yep.
Whether you were successful or not, man, it was something that you set out to do and you did it. And it's not something that I know I wouldn't get on a fucking stage and start.
This is the crazy. This is and that's what we have to look at is like, what am I doing? Not what
is so and so doing?
What is people's opinion of what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And that was my whole. I mean, I was in entertainment, so it's kind of like not thinking that is crazy. Like you have to be on a Jedi level. I will never. I was nowhere near to just be in entertainment and not care what people think.
Yeah.
I know there are actors out there who do it, but their level of success allows them to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and to achieve that level of success, I think that I'm thinking of Woody Harrelson because I just read an article today about how he doesn't care about being canceled, and he shouldn't. You know, but I'm like, yeah, because he's awesome, you know, and we all love him, and he's achieved that level where he can have that mentality now.
Yeah.
But this isn't that podcast, so I'm gonna step away from that. Now, I think that's crazy, and it's great that you use success as a tool to explain to me because it's gonna help me with what I wanted to talk about. Because this has been in the news as of the Milwaukee Bucks. Do you follow NBA at all?
Nope.
The Milwaukee Bucks. I thought my Celtics were going to have to slay that dragon to get to whomever they're going to beat in the West.
Yeah.
Okay? But who did it? Now I'm having that side effect problem. But anyway, they lost.
Yeah.
They lost. And a reporter asked Giannis Eucalyptus. I don't know what I can never say his full name.
Nope.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
You sent me a video, man.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know, man. Which is kind of a... You know, sometimes like, man, I should know more about a lot of different sports, and I don't.
Sports are, we're all going to be reading books again soon. I think sports are on a timeline. Maybe. That's something I'm saying out of my ass. I'm speaking out of the side of my neck. I'm just wondering.
Because I think should it get toned down? I think, anyway.
We'll see. But a reporter asked him if he considered this season a failure because they didn't make it to the
yeah.
And so he just turned it around to the reporter. He's like, "Do you get a raise every year?
Yeah.
Do you get a promotion every year?
Yeah.
Is that a failure?"
Yeah.
And so and the zeitgeist kind of took that and said, "Yeah, we're looking at failure all wrong. we should just be happy to be able to participate." Right?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then, so, so we're going to stop there and use Giannis's example of failure. Now, in the fight world, a loss is a failure. Is it?
I mean...
That you have to learn from. Matter of fact, let me put that side note in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about failures. Like, okay, I've always considered failures... not always, but now I look at failures from one of two perspectives. Either I'm the gazelle that failed to get away from the lion, or I'm the lion that failed to catch the gazelle. In both those situations, only one of those two things you can recover from. And I have to decide which one of those things the situation calls for, you know? Mm-hmm. And so that's how I look at failure. And if I'm the lion that could not catch the gazelle, yeah, I get to go back and regroup. I'm still hungry. But I'm like, I can replan. I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong? Why am I still hungry? How did that gazelle get away from me? And then try again. And so if you learn from a failure, I think that you've made it less of a failure. I don't think I'm not going to be one to say you've turned it into a success.
Yeah, a lot of people say win or learn. You know.
Mm-hmm. Win or learn
instead of win or lose. It's like, again, man, it's all about perspective. It depends, right? If you're gonna look at if you fixate too much on winning, when you lose, you're probably gonna fixate a lot on fucking losing, right?
and then you're just gonna compound it. You're just gonna keep losing.
Yeah, but if you focus on just being playing, doing whatever the fuck you're doing to the best of your capacity, are you really winning or losing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing the best that you could fucking do, right? If you fought and you gave it your all, bro. You gave it your all, but so did the other motherfucker across the ring from you. You know what I'm saying? But on the scorecards you lost, but you gave it your all, bro.
And you're gonna say, yeah, I did my absolute best. Yeah. You know, a good example of someone always having an excuse for losing, freaking Wilder. Every time he lost, every time he lost to Tyson Fury, he had a new reason.
And that's the thing,
and
man.
that was very upsetting. I'm like, dude, he outboxed you. You're a brawler. He's a boxer. He won.
Yeah.
And so that was very upsetting.
Even if you perceive, there's certain fights where you're like, damn, he got fucking robbed. Like, I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, man. Well, I probably shouldn't have left it to the fucking judges from the get go. You know, You know, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, bro. Get back to, if this is really what you want to do, man. Let's go back and correcting, and replacing the bad habits with the good ones, and you know, whatever we gotta do to make sure that next time you're more fucking dominant.
Now,
you know?
Let's go now. Exactly. I do. Like, if you're gonna bounce back as the lion from a failure, learn, figure it out, so you don't repeat the failure.
Yeah.
And don't focus on don't hyper. There's something to be said of the win or lose mentality.
Yeah.
I think that's part of sports, but you don't want to let it so that you have to win or you're a loser. That's dangerous.
If you ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby.
Huh?
Ricky Bobby?
I never seen that. I know.
Wow, you have to watch that movie now, bro.
Okay, I know the baby Jesus reference. That's where that's from. But yeah, so you don't want to be if I don't win, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, you want to win.
Yeah.
And so now we go to the different mentality, the Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant. He was asked the same question or a very similar question. You know, because there was one year they lost, and he said, he said this year was a failure.
Yeah,
you know, we set out to win the championship.
Right. There you go.
We set out to win the championship. We didn't win the championship. That's was a failure. And I'm like, yeah, that guy.
But you see how that word holds different definitions for Giannis, his name is, and Kobe. You know, it's the same. It all depends on what it means to you, man. To him, it meant something different, you know? To him, it meant something different. And that's that. And like I responded to you, I was like, that's a different breed, man. That's a different breed, because there's some guys who can look at a failure and fucking like get enraged or whatever feeling you wanna involve with the word failure, right? But they'll use it as fucking fuel instead of using it as a fucking pity party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the pity party is nobody wants to go to.
Yeah. But if you look at it as fuel, you're like, we're going to work twice as fucking hard. And it's not about just working hard, man. It's not about, we talked about hard work, and hard work beats talent. Sure. But let's talk about deliberate hard work, not just fucking hard work just to fucking burn yourself out, dude. We're talking about work that's actually accomplishing, getting down to the nitty gritty of what's actually going to improve to get you to the championship.
The blade sharpening work.
You know what I'm saying?
The skill.
Exactly. Like not just fucking hard work, bro. If you're just working hard, you're burning yourself out. Like what good is that? Talent probably is going to beat you. It's going to catch you with some shit. You know what I mean?
When I was in cycling, like you had to work a certain way based on, you had to pick the race that you're really, really training for. You had a bunch of races, but you picked the race that you're really, really trained for, and that's how you scheduled all your training.
Yeah.
And in baseball, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, what's my weakness?
Yeah.
Let me work on that.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And we talked about weakness, and I think failure is a good thing. To understand when it comes to, because I mean, I like listening to bodybuilders talk about how they work out, and a lot of them they use the word failure.
Bodybuilding. I like that you brought that up, man. I think boxing and bodybuilding have something in common, and that is the self-discipline that it takes to make it in that sport, man. Because you may have a team around you, they have coaches too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're not always with you 24/7. So your diet has to be dialed the fuck in, bro. And I'm not just talking about you got to eat the right things. You got to eat the right things at the right time and measured the right way, bro.
Yeah.
Like bodybuilding is probably my hats off to bodybuilding. Just because you juice doesn't mean that you're gonna be Mr. Olympia, man. That shit takes hard work, and that's year round, man. That's not just like season. Nah, dude. There's a season of competition, but you're working hard your life is bodybuilding.
Because your second gym is the bodybuilding. You go to a bodybuilding.
I go to a
gym.
bodybuilding gym. Yeah, I don't bodybuild myself. I like to lift weights, and it just so happens that bodybuilding gyms have the best equipment. You know what I mean? The best variety of equipment. Put it that way. So that's why I like working out at a bodybuilding gym, because you can pretty much fucking work with all kinds of different shit. But.
And that's what you like when I asked you what your plans for May was, and you start talking about your birthday. My 88, like you like we completely forgot. Yeah,
what my plan is for May. My plan for May is, look, man, I'm supposed to have it's called duathlon, and it's instead of triathlon, which eventually I will get to a triathlon. Duathlon is only the 2 sports. However, it's 3 times. So it's gonna be run, bike, run a 5K, bike. I think it's 9. No, okay, so it's run 3 miles, bike 9 miles, and then run again 1 mile. It's a sprint duathlon, so you gotta do that shit as fast as you can. If you have ever ran a 5K afterwards, because you're trying to run 3.1 miles or 3.2, however long it is, as fast as you can, your legs are fucking burnt out.
Yeah, I've run 1 5K in my life.
Yeah,
and I just remember my legs being rubber at the end.
Yeah,
of it.
And then now imagine riding a bike for 9 miles, and then running a mile after
when I was a cyclist, we like training. It was an 80-mile day. He's like, hey, we gotta do 80 miles of blah blah.
Yeah.
Like I could get off. That was nothing for me. I mean, it wasn't nothing, but I loved it.
Yeah.
So, but just running is a whole different beast.
It's a different beast, and I love it. However, and that's the thing. Running has taught me something, man. I don't gotta fucking be. Who's the best fucking distance runner right now? David Goggins or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say his name, a Kenyan.
Yeah,
like, it's always.
Yeah. You're not wrong. It's Kipchoge.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's dude. That guy runs a marathon in sub 2.
Wasn't it disqualified because of his shoes or something like that? They tried. Was that the guy?
They tried, but not. Yeah.
So he got to keep it.
Yeah, dude. Everybody runs those. Those are like they're called the Nike Next Percent, and I think they're at number 3 now. They're like the craziest running shoes ever.
I see people running. I got my running shoes are Nike. Nike. I forget which kind, but yeah, I got them. And but I see people in Hoka's and Brooks and stuff. I thought I was like starting to wonder if Nike was represented at all, if they really even cared about a running shoe.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to think. Have you ever read Shoe Dog? You have, right?
No.
What? Dude, I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah. We talked about the Phil Knight book.
Yeah. I'll bring it.
Yeah, they invented jogging to sell shoes, didn't they?
So I don't remember which one came before the other, man. You got me because it's been a while since I read it. But that they're the running shoe. They are the fucking running shoe. It was them, Adidas, and it was called Tiger from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. But. Yeah, that was my races on July 30th. I'm not like the best runner or anything like that, but these are things, running, cycling, and swimming. Swimming I just picked up. Anyway, I'm not trying to ramble, but July 30th. Now my foot's fucked up, so I had to take up swimming to substitute. It's not the same shit.
Get the same work.
Yeah, it's not the same
How's
shit.
Your foot
man.
coming
I like
along?
running. It's getting there, man. I fucked it up when it's just bad form. I was, and it's always my right foot. I just have a susceptibility. I don't know if it's because it's longer than my left. I really don't know, but I was landing on it wrong Just excessive landing on it fucking wrong. I'm pretty sure there's a stress fracture in there. I didn't go to a doctor, nothing. I'm self-diagnosed, but my muscles and everything, they heal fast. So it's either tendons or a stress fracture, but it's getting there.
So it's just been, you got 2 months to heal. 3, because it's July 31st.
July 30th.
Okay, July 30th. So you got
and
time
then,
to heal.
but between then, I'm gonna do a bike race on June 10th. So I'm just gonna train for that this May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I set May to get leaner. I got back on the intermittent fasting today. Like when you got here, I just had the best lunch of my life.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Oh God.
I had the banana peanut butter bacon sandwich, 2 of them. It was. I thought of it while working out in the gym. Because because I'm like, I only went to the gym so I could eat, because I was like, okay, I got 1 more hour. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to eat. And then while I was hitting mitts, I was like, you know what would be awesome? A banana peanut butter bacon sandwich.
That's that stoner coming back to talk to you, bro.
I don't care. Like, like a lot of, I was like, and then I ate that up. So then I had my shake, and then sushi for dinner. And then I got to go another 15 hours without eating. So let's just recap success versus failure.
Yeah.
Don't let people, this is a rule I have. Don't let people define words for you. You know, it's like you have to understand what those words mean to you only. Listen to me.
Actually,
listen to me. I'm encouraging the thing I hate.
Look at that. You know what? And that brings me to, and I just want to real quick, because this is about the notes that I brought.
Oh yeah, you got you.
Yeah, it's about failure.
You're in sports psychology.
Yeah. I study sports psychology, and I come across some pretty cool studies and all of that. And this one's actually on a 2017 Swedish study on elite adolescent athletes and their fear of failure. Mm-hmm. So that's why I try to pick something that I was like, you know what, let me try and pick something that is relatable to what you wanted to talk about today. So essentially, the definition of the fear, what fear of failure is, the motive to avoid failure associated with anticipatory shame in evaluative situations, meaning, shame is at the core, right? So anticipatory, and just to fucking break it down, because I know these words are like, I was like, what? Like, but they eventually start making sense to me. But anyway, anticipatory shame is like you're anticipating to feel shame and in an evaluative situation, which is, let's say, competition. It's evaluative. People are evaluating you, right?
Right.
So people start to, because of the fear of failure, they want to avoid certain situations because they don't want to fail, right? They're like the stand-up, for example. I'd love to do that. I don't want to do it because I'm kind of, I don't know, like, maybe not. You're afraid to fail because of what? You're going to feel shame. You're going to feel embarrassment if people boo you.
See, and that was the thing I never really associated with. I saw failure as an emotion. Mm-hmm. I never realized that it's an event that causes emotions.
Your fear is the emotion.
Yeah. Or failure. Yeah. It causes, sometimes failure. And this is a bit to my self-sabotage side, but failure would cause relief. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's over. Oh, I just achieved, I was going to fail anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, blah, blah.
Yeah. So,
okay. So I get it. Keep going.
Yeah. So what does that cause, right? And this is from an athletic perspective, right? It can cause psychological stress, anxiety, which lowers your performance, and burnout, which I talked about burnout a little bit earlier. And so also one thing to take note is that it is closely related to perfectionism. A lot of athletes that find themselves perfectionists, and this is not all of them, some of them, right? Some of them, they start doubting the ability, and they start fearing making mistakes and seeking validation from people, or seeking validation for their performance.
You just described my comedy career. No, because you're so insecure.
When you're a perfectionist, yeah.
And you're like, okay, this is only good if somebody else likes it. Mm-hmm. And that's, that's
exactly.
That's not a good mentality to have.
Yeah.
That's not a good mentality to have at all. It's good if you say it's good. If you want to put your stamp on it, it's good. I think going forward, like, we just have to have a good definition of success. A healthy definition. I won't say good. I'll say healthy.
Yep.
A healthy definition of success, but an equally healthy definition of failure. Because I don't think I definitely don't live in a world where success is all that matters.
Yeah, man, and there's some people that do.
Yeah,
you know? And that's kind of distorted.
See, that those are the people that scare me. You know, like I won't even. I'm afraid to listen to them talk about it because I'm afraid I'll get tricked into that world where it's like, you know what? Yeah, if I eat a whole bunch of sugar, I'm okay because I chose to do that. I succeeded my day. No, it's like you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, you can't succeed and take naps at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you still have to have that definition of failure. It's like, if I don't achieve this, I failed. Don't stop there, though.
Yeah.
Take this next step. Why did I fail? Analyze it, evaluate it, and try again. Because there are some situations where we are the gazelle. Failure is final. It's not fatal. Failure is not fatal. But it is. But sometimes it can be final. You're not going to get another shot. You know? Or like if I go for a job interview.
I bet my mind just went there. Well, I don't know. Failure sometimes could be fucking fatal, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. If you're listening to this podcast and you failed, that failure wasn't fatal.
I failed to listen to you because if I would have been listening, I would have let it go.
No. We have the same mind where to grab a word and just say, I don't think he used this word right. I don't think he used this word right.
It's challenging. It's challenging.
Yep. So, but you have to understand why you failed. It's like if I have a job interview, you and I go for a job interview.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's to be Coach Joe's favorite person.
Yeah.
Okay. And you win that job. I lose that job. I'm the gazelle. Okay. Now I can set off for another adventure, but I have to, you know, for my peace of mind, I have to acknowledge that's over. That's final. That's done with.
Yeah.
Now, but there are those opportunities where I'm boxing and I don't do well. I'm the lion because I get to go back to my den. Yeah, lion's den. I get to go back to my den and just say, okay, what did I do wrong? All right, let's go try it. Do it correctly. Let's try and go do it better.
Yeah.
So that's how you balance the success and failures.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, moving on, those who have learned to associate failure with consequences, you know, these people, I don't want to say like these people, but what happens
you
is
people people need to do.
Yeah. We learn to perceive failure as a threatening experience, and therefore have fear and apprehension in evaluative situations. So you start to be a little bit avoidant. You're like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, man. I think I'm gonna fucking fail. I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So what are those beliefs? What are those beliefs of those consequences of failure? And there's about 5 of them, right? Let's say the first one is shame and embarrassment upon failure, which is personal. You start feeling personally like diminishment. Number 2, uncertain future. And I think a lot of us are concerned with uncertainty, right? We get a little bit too caught up on the, what if this, what if that, and that losing future opportunities.
That indecisiveness.
That indecisiveness, that's also another belief. Number 3 is devaluating one's self-estimate, right? Your belief that you lack control of your own performance. Right, that's another belief. And number 4, important others losing interest. This is a big one. This reminded me of boxing as well. Is losing social value. A lot of boxers think that when they fucking lose, people aren't gonna like them anymore.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
when they come out to Christian praise music.
Yeah, which goes into number 5, which is upsetting important others. Disapproval or loss of affection from people that you perceive as important in your life, and the possibility of them not wanting to be with you because you failed.
I absolutely love. Okay, now that's entertainment. You just described the entertainment business, and you know, at the height, yeah, people love you, and then when things start to get a little shaky, you know, it's like you don't get the fans. But I love this life that I have now, where if I put out my best, I'm happy. If I put out my best, the people around me love me. You know, it's like that's it. But if I don't put out my best, I talked about this. Remember you and Coach like, hey, we want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And it was like, did you work out last Tuesday? I was like, no. I was terrified. But you guys are like, no, it's not the way to go. Let's do better. And that's how you help. That's how you help yourself succeed. You know, like, okay, so now what are the best practices for success from a sports psychologist perspective?
Practices for success?
Best practices, like people who succeed people who do this are more likely to succeed.
So, and I just watched a documentary last night, and it was great. One that I wish I had seen before I wrote the paper that I had to do, my final paper on Sunday. But it depends, man. It really depends. It depends on the person, because some need more than others, right? Some athletes, I'll give you the example of Tom Brady. He was not at the combine. You know what I'm saying?
If that had came out any time before his retirement, no one. That
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you look at him at the combine, you're like, that is not the fastest, or not the fastest. Or
somebody described him as the school shooter
of the best. You know, he did not.
He didn't look good.
That's not somebody that you'd be like, hell yeah, that's a motherfucking.
Yeah,
that's a specimen. But look what he did.
Yeah.
Why? Because he had amazing creativity and a quick IQ. He knew where to put what at what time and at what instant to let the ball go, bro. But
he also, in addition to skill, which is what you just described, right? He also believed in himself. Like he was telling Robert Kraft, he's like third string, fourth string.
Exactly.
And he's telling Robert Kraft, you're gonna be glad you picked me. Like to Robert Kraft's like, who's this guy?
And that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, if you're talking about the greatest of the great, but then you have Michael Jordan. He is a specimen. You know what I'm saying? He is a specimen. He is a specimen to play fucking basketball. He was born to do that shit.
I typically don't speak well of LeBron. I don't like to. Okay?
You know, I have this very similar conversation with a lot of people. I really don't. I don't know. If you're talking about the greatest in basketball, my mind automatically goes to Jordan and Kobe, and I don't know shit about basketball.
Right. So I'm gonna say this though, the reason LeBron is doing so well is because he's got a team. He's always had teams, but I think
he always has, right?
Yeah, he's always had. He's never,
and it is a team fucking.
It's a team sport ish.
Yeah.
You know, okay, that's different. But what I'm saying is he has the best of both worlds, where he has access to the athletic science and the mental health science. Kobe and Jordan didn't have any mental health science.
You know what?
They were just straight villains.
Contrary to popular belief, you'd be very surprised, as I was, to find that they actually did work with somebody who was like in the sports psychology realm.
Oh no, I'm talking. Okay, really?
Yes, his name is George Mumford, and he has a great book that
Does
I'll
he have
recommend to you.
sons?
I don't know.
No, get it, Mumford and Sons?
Oh, no, sorry. You got me with that. You got me with that one, dude. I don't know if you were like, I don't know.
Right.
It's called The Mindful Athlete. He tries to teach mindfulness meditation he did teach mindfulness meditation to these guys. He worked with Steve Kerr and all that shit. But, however, are the times different now than they were before? Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
Like there's I think Giannis, like I like Giannis as a person, but as a sports fan, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Yeah, it's a failure. You didn't get me. Like, I'm a fan. I need this. I live in Milwaukee. I need this championship. You failed me.
Yeah. And some people
then just having Kobe lose and go, yeah, this is an absolute failure. We didn't get what we wanted to. You're like, that guy's coming back next year and he's getting it probably 3 more times over. Like that's the kind of, that's what you want. You know, I think sports trying to be and this is me probably making it not that podcast again, but sometimes our athletes try to be like our sage thinkers.
Yeah, that's one thing that I admire also about Jordan. It's not so much that he just knew that he didn't know much about that shit, so he didn't fucking say shit about it. However, you have Ali, who was pretty much, a lot of people know him more for his...
Ali was the greatest thinker.
Yeah, for his thinking, his philosophies, and, you know, his
ability
standpoint.
his ability
he was a great communicator.
Yes, yes,
He
his
was.
ability to communicate.
He was a great communicator, man. But what does it take to be successful? Now, if we're just talking about generic words and shit, one of the biggest ones is going to be consistency, discipline, the rah-rah of it all. Consistency, discipline, man, and it's not just about
Consistency builds discipline. I think that is
confidence.
Consistency,
confidence, and discipline are right there. Those
if you start with consistency, if you start with consistent, why can't consistency? If you start with consistency, God damn it!
You already said it, so it doesn't matter. Keep going. People know what you're trying to say.
If you start with that,
yeah.
Confidence and discipline are right behind it. Like that. That's and learned firsthand.
Yeah.
That it was like, oh, every day.
Yeah.
If I do this every day, I'll get better. Oh, I'm getting better because I'm doing this every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing this every day because I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Like that's the mentality.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
For a word I cannot say.
So for success, I think, it depends, man. If there's some guys that are really, really great because they have immense creativity. They know, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, all that shit. And they truly don't have to work too hard. And I'm not talking about like not putting in the hours. No, they're putting in the hours. They're putting in the hours the best way they know how, that it's going to work for them. They're not necessarily fucking grinding it in the gym all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Because to a certain point, that's not really, what's that doing for you if it's not really, really, really making you more efficient and do the things that you need to do.
You gotta let your body heal. Like that's the thing. It's like let your body heal.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Look, man, it depends, right? There's some
no.
There's some
Don't let your body like atrophy.
Yeah.
Allow it to heal.
Don't burn out, man. Don't burn out.
Yeah, that's that balance.
Yeah.
That's that balance. If you feel good, get in the gym. If you don't feel like working out, get in the gym. But if you feel that you've done everything you did, go home. You needed to, go home. Take a nap. Have a rest. But get back into the gym.
And again, man, it depends on the person. There's some people who can run 100 miles a day, bro.
Kenyans.
Yeah, there's people who can run a marathon every day. There's actually a guy out there called Cameron Haynes. He went through, I don't know if he still does it, but he runs a marathon every day.
I had this friend, his name's Scoop. His name is Scoop. And when we met early 2000s, I just moved to Texas, and he was starting with jazzercise videos. I shit you not. I'd go over his house because he had the DVD box set of 24, and he was like, "We gotta watch the show called 24." And every time I got there, he was just finishing up a jazzercise, like of some sort. Like I'm saying jazzercise, but it was a slightly bit more complicated.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like 2005. It's basically Taibo.
Okay.
Something of,
Yeah.
not Taibo. Fast forward 8 years, he's running 100. He's running 100-mile races or 50-mile races with a tire tied to him.
Yeah.
It's like build that consistency, work those goals. Start at that slow, low place, and you're gonna be running 100-mile races with those consistencies.
Yeah, man.
So it's
everything depends on your goals.
Goals, success, and failure. So, and I do want to take this time. It wouldn't be between the bells if I didn't take this time and address, like, I used to consider myself a failure as a person, as a whole. That's not here's a thing a failure does not have: a heartbeat. So you're not a failure. You are a person who is working to become their best person. That's a success. That's a person. You're honest with yourself. You may fail at this, you may fail at that, but you're honing it. Like Coach Bashir once told me, it's like, I don't want to be with a person who's never lost. How do they learn how to deal with failure?
Right.
So it's like you're learning how to you're grinding through it. You're getting it. That's what's up. So please stop calling yourself a failure. That's the sooner you do, the quickest thing you'll realize that you're a success.
And we got to remember to think about where those thoughts are coming from, man. I used to compare myself a lot to other people, and it takes work. Just like the way you grind in the gym is the way you got to grind with your mind, bro. Like, for real. You got to work through that shit, right? So what is something that people can do to work with those thoughts and beliefs of failure, man? it's called CBT. The easiest way to put it is thought replacement, cognitive behavioral therapy. You're literally replacing your thoughts, man.
I was literally thinking you said CBD. I was like, why
you can do that too,
that's
man.
No, don't do that. That stuff's lame.
1-to-1 ratio.
Just the smile you had in your face when you said that.
Ratio. No, but
yeah,
but
cognitive behavioral therapy.
Mm-hmm. You're literally replacing your thoughts. So a lot of people are like, yeah, man, how the fuck do I do that? It's not something that they teach, bro. So it depends. Like where is that? Like you said earlier, like try and think of like where this is coming from, because sometimes you may just be looking for solutions, man. You don't even know the root of the cause. So what is the root of the cause? If you're having thoughts that are like, oh, you know this. It starts with your self-talk. How are you talking to yourself? You fucking idiot. You did it again. You don't talk to yourself like that, bro.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't take it from somebody else, and you take it from yourself.
No, or you take it from other people because you take it from yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to let people talk to me any type of way.
Yeah.
Because it matched the voice in my head. Mm-hmm. But when I changed, and trust me, I had that voice. You stupid. You know, this is why nobody likes you. Like, these are the thoughts I had. Yeah. And then once I got control, and I was like, I ain't talking to me like this.
Yeah.
And then other people did. It was crazy fire.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, nah, you're gone. You're out. Like that. It wasn't even. It was like there was no exit interview. That person was out of my life.
And it takes some work, man. How did you even become aware of that? Because that voice is in there, bro. Like that voice is in there. The voice is like, you're like, oh shit, this voice. Yeah, that voice, dude. That voice is in there. What got you to realize that you were talking to yourself like that? Is it something that you heard, listened to?
This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But you saw when you got here, I was playing MLB The Show.
Yeah.
On baseball. That's what so one time I'm playing, and I swung at a pitch that was a slider that was crazy out of the zone. And it was a stupid swing, and I felt stupid. Mm-hmm. But then the camera, in this video game, the camera cut to the guy on first who spoke to the first base coach. And I felt embarrassed. And my brain said, Adam, that's not real. That's a video game.
Yeah.
You just assume that the guy on first talking to the first base coach says something about you. When in reality, they aren't talking at all. Mm-hmm. That's your brain. And right then I caught it. I was like, okay, this is bad. This is not healthy. This is all of my insecurity in one place. Yeah. And so I just took it from there. And I just noticed as I tried to achieve my goals, talking to myself better was the key.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to tell myself, no, you can't talk to me like that anymore. You can be nice. And then I started noticing kindness. Yeah, not nice. Yeah. Kindness. I started noticing when I'm in the gym about to, hit a PR with no spotter, mm-hmm. and just being like, yeah, you got this. You got this. You got this. I'm like, oh, that's the voice I want. Mm-hmm. And it takes a while to build. It takes a while. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice, repetition. But you have to realize you are in control of that voice. Mm-hmm. That voice wants to talk to you. And all that voice is really, this is one thing I definitely learned. That voice
wants to tell you, little bitch.
That voice wants to talk to you. And the reason it's saying these negative, bad things is because that's when you listen. Mm-hmm. Now, when you stop listening to it say that voice is going to change because it still wants to talk to you. It still mm-hmm. wants to be heard by you. So when you start changing that, you start changing what you hear, that voice is going to change what it says so that you can hear it. You have to stop responding to it. There has to be periods where you're just like, I'm not even talking to myself anymore. I'm not talking to myself because if I say that to me, I'll lose it. But you're gonna learn that. Now, here's another tricky part. Start saying nice things to other people. Just compliment somebody. Hey man, I like those shoes. Whenever I see a dude, I like getting my nails done. And once I get my weight back down, I'm gonna go back to doing my nails. I think you knew me when I got my nails done, didn't you?
No. But what? How come when your weight goes down?
I don't like being chubby, and so I said when I got big, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then
that's interesting. I'd like to get into that eventually.
Yeah, off record. Yeah. But anyway, so whenever I see a guy with his nails done, I always compliment him. I'm like, man, that's a nice color, or something, because and people love compliments. That's how you are supposed to feel when you compliment you. Mm-hmm. Man, I love this outfit. Yeah. You're supposed to light up.
So when somebody throws shit on you, like you're ready.
I think you're ready to, like, I'm kind of like ready to burn them. I don't. You know, I play the bigger man. I keep walking by, but that's not my favorite person.
You know what? And I think, and I told this to one of the fighters, I think, at one point. Don't take anybody's compliments.
Really?
No.
Well,
don't take anybody's compliments. If you can't take them, then their criticism, don't take their compliments.
Oh, that's huge.
You know
so if
what
you can't take somebody's criticism,
if you can't take somebody's criticism, don't take their fucking compliments. Because if you take their compliments, you're gonna take their fucking criticism too. It's not about like not believing it or nothing like that. Just take it. Thank you. That's it. Mm-hmm. You don't have to attach yourself. Oh, dude, that motherfucker said I was this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when that motherfucker said
don't get gushy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then like 2 days later, oh man, you suck, dog. You suck. And then you're like, oh man, that motherfucker said I suck. You're gonna take it personal.
Okay. So don't create that kind of attachment to compliments.
Yeah, man, that's a whole nother subject that we can unbox like at another point.
Yeah,
The believing shit that other people say, or taking shit that other people say personal.
That's a whole nother lesson. Mm-hmm. Like this, that is a whole another round, mm-hmm. if you will. That's a whole nother round. But now let's we got to get to Coach Joe's picks before we get out of here. So Coach Joe,
I can't pick for him.
No, I messaged him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh what?
Yeah. So he picked Davis.
Let's go.
He picked Davis
what?
to beat Ryan.
Oh yeah.
He did. Then he picked Zapata to beat the other name.
Arboleda.
The other name I don't say. Oh, what is it? Arboleda?
Yeah.
Okay. And now I say, Coach, who do you got? Canelo or Ryder? He picked Canelo.
He's about to be 3-0. That's not even fair.
Hey, it's. I'm just.
I didn't even. Did we even pick anybody? I was like,
I with the Canelo fight, I'm always gonna pick Canelo. I love that guy. Yeah. I don't know why. I just love that guy.
Don't pick him against Dimitri Bivol.
I don't know. See, I don't know the.
I actually think he can win that fight if he comes in with a different game plan.
So Coach is picking Canelo, and he's gonna go 3-0. I'm looking. I don't think Canelo's ready to lose yet.
He ain't gonna lose at home.
True. That's a lot of facts. So Coach will be back next week, and he should be 3-0 when he comes back. We'll be back next week, because we gotta record real quick. Then you guys are going out of town.
Yeah, we're going out of town. We're going to Stockton for May 13th. We're gonna have a fight out there. Ricky Perez is gonna fight May 13th in Stockton, California. That's a Saturday, I believe. So yeah, we'll be leaving, I think, that Tuesday night. Ricky
Perez, yeah, I love that guy. He's such a nice guy.
Man, that guy.
He's just a nice. Like if Fire had an awesome personality,
yeah,
you just described Ricky Perez.
Ricky.
I love that guy. So that's gonna be a great fight.
That's gonna be a great fight, man.
I don't think I've seen him fight yet.
Oh really? I'll send you a link right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
Awesome. Oh really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see him being an entertaining fighter.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you guys are awesome. Please follow me, The Peaceful Jedi, on TikTok or Instagram. Mags.
Mags_team hits. Remember that the voice inside your head is under your control, and it's just the programming you received from when you were a little baby.
Or it's a whole nother entity that's trapped inside your head. Either way, you control that dude. Or chick, or however you look at it. Okay?
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Oh, yeah. So for the athletes out there, if anybody's listening, my biggest takeaway from all this shit, from this whole study that I read, is you can easily place unnecessary pressure on yourself by fearing failure. So, without... Drop mic.
That was her drop mic. That was great. I'm going to teach her how to drop mics.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach her how. She teaches me how to box. I'm going to teach her how to drop mics. But no, don't. And what I think about it is when you focus on something, that's what you're going to see. You know, if you're worried about something, guess what you're about to manifest?
The fucking worry.
Yeah. So just get away from that. Just define your success. Yeah. Success is easiest to achieve when it's defined. That's how we're going to leave you. My name is Adam Alexander. That's Mags Duarte.
Yeah.
We are awesome. You're better. You guys have fun. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.